It's the Anfield wrap. Gareth Roberts, John Gibbons. What a weekend for the Reds that was. We win, Everton lose, Arsenal and Tottenham draw, Man United get absolutely spanked. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's drop points all over the place. Yeah. You know, we did the Friday show, which is our show on Tour Play for those who don't know, where we look ahead to all the weekend's action really. And we were saying, well, where can you see drop points? And there's quite a few people saying, I can't see them anyway. You know, I think it's one of those weekends where everyone wins. And I thought I had a sneaky suspicion that Southampton might do something, because I think they're a good team playing well at the moment. And I thought, Man City kind of haven't won in 5 now, and so struggling a bit. So I thought Southampton might do something, but the rest of the lads weren't too hopeful. But everyone pretty much dropped points, apart from obviously Chelsea. So we don't look too bad now in terms of where they're placed all of a sudden. So yeah, only 2 teams in the top half winning. One of them us. Can't ask for much more.
No, it was lovely. And the Reds joined top. Only third on goal difference, aren't we? So yeah, at this stage of the season, happy days. But the focus now obviously turns to tomorrow night and the League Cup. So what I thought we'd do is, we're going to get into depth about what happened over the weekend with Liverpool, as we always do on our podcast. Look that up on iTunes, look that up on YouTube, look that up on all the places that you would get a podcast, because we're on there. I put us on Stitcher, I put us on live radio, tune-in radio, it's on there. It's in all kinds of places, so give it a listen, rate it, review it, all that sort of thing. So yeah, we'll be talking in depth for about an hour about the game, Liverpool's game at the weekend, and no doubt we'll have a little gloat about everything else that went on. But to just take it on and do something a little bit different on the video, I thought we'd talk about the League Cup, because we've got the match against Spurs tomorrow night. Now, not so long back, I remember everyone, well not everyone, but a lot of people tweeting us and a lot of people making comments on Facebook and stuff saying they just weren't bothered about the League Cup. They wanted Liverpool to win the league. They fed up of waiting for Liverpool to win the league, and the League Cup. They decided that they weren't bothered by it. And so what I've done this morning is put something on Twitter, put something on our Instagram, and put something on Facebook, asking whether you're bothered about the League Cup this season, what you want Liverpool to do, how strong Liverpool should go with the teams, and that sort of thing. So I'll read some of them out in a minute. I mean, we'll have a little chat here first of all, though, Gibbo. I mean, where do you stand on the League Cup? I mean, for me, I just think you win cups that you're in. There's not that many of them, and it's nice to win. We haven't won one for 4 years.
I think, yeah. Well, it'll be, it's one trophy in 10 years now, which isn't great for a big club, really. You're saying what a big kind of club you are, and the numbers can, don't look brilliant for the last 10 years. I think you've got to use it to rest players, and not just rest players, but give other lads the go. There's players who aren't getting league starts at the moment for a variety of reasons, and I think you've got to kind of use them really. And other kind of lads have got to be given a bit of a rest, or you struggle a bit with burnout, especially as what we ask of the players. The lads put a big shift in again on Tuesday, and then 3 nights later, to go out and ask them all to be doing it all again. I think it's asking a bit too much, and you've got to think about the lads that at one end of the extreme, there's someone like Sturridge and Origi. You want to keep them involved, you want to keep them sharp, because they might not be starting at the moment, but you never know when you might be needing them. Similar for a couple of other lads, and also I think for some of the younger players as well. If you want to see what Trent Alexander's going to be like, for example, maybe a League Cup's a good opportunity to do that. Yeah, it's good opposition, and we've maybe been a bit unlucky with that, but generally speaking, I think playing a couple of young lads with experienced lads in the first team atmosphere, I think is a good way to learn about them. So it feels to me like there's a balance to be had there, and I'm not quite sure what it is and where it is for other people. I'm sure some people will want to do 11 changes, and I'm sure others are, like you say, we'll just send out the same team and tell them to go again. I'm probably somewhere a little bit in between the two, because I just think for you need to be some players you need to be keeping on top of and making sure that they're staying sharp, and then there's others who I think probably deserve, based on their under 23 performances, a little bit of a go to see how they go.
Well, the selection for Michael Beale's selection for the mini derby at the weekend with Liverpool won up the Reds, another great win there. his selection there was interesting in that a lot of
Yeah.
those, the more senior under-23s, if you like, and Danny Ings were all left out of the side, which suggests that they're in and around the squad for tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't
likely
necessarily suggest that they're going to play,
No,
because
but
he did something similar for the last round. Derby County, they left them all out on the Sunday, and then he didn't actually play that many. Ajaria got his game, which was great, and I think Ings came off the bench on that one, did he? So they were involved. So I wouldn't want people to look too much into that game, and think, well, he's going to start all them, or, because he won't necessarily, but because as I say, he did the same just before Derby, and there was just a couple of subs appearances. But as you say, it shows to be around the squad. It shows they're in contention and they're being thought of as, first team players for this game.
And on the League Cup itself as well, I mean, it's routinely called the much maligned League Cup. It seems like you've got to say that before you say League Cup. Now, I've just been having a quick look. Obviously, Liverpool are 8-time winners, which is a record in itself. It was the last trophy we won in 2012 when we beat Cardiff on pens. But when you look at who else has been winning it as well, I mean, for all that it's done down, we've won it 8 times, Chelsea have won it 5 times, Manchester United, Manchester City and Spurs all won it 4 times. So that's fairly big clubs there taking it seriously on a regular basis. And if you look at the last sort of 10 finals or so, I think Swansea won it, Birmingham won it, but all the other names there, Spurs, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, it's all the usual suspects. So I think it's done down a little bit too much. It's obviously a good day out for the fans. It's good experience to win big games when you've got to win them as well. I mean, I think if you go back to 2001, Liverpool, prime example there, they win that League Cup final by hook or by crook, not by playing well. But then it feels like, everyone's on a big high, everyone's on a crest of a wave, and you take that into everything else. And they got everything else they wanted. They got the UEFA Cup, they got the FA Cup, and we got the top 3 or top 4 finish that we needed as well. So, I think it is important that we keep up this momentum. We're flying. If we lose to Spurs, everyone will get on a bit of a downer, players and fans. So for me, it's dead important. But like I say, we've asked everyone who follows us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, see what they had to say about it. So I'll read a few of these out. Greg, who is at Galam is boss, he says, win it. We should win every competition we're in. Although I'd take the FA Cup tomorrow if someone asked me to pick one of the 2. Dan Delaney says, I'd win it, but use the squad. It's good enough. I'd like to see Ings start and build up match time for the first team fringe players, which I think what Gibbo was saying there. 12th Man Roaring on Twitter says, obviously win it, otherwise what's the point of entering? Hate all this, it's a distraction bollocks. He says, winning's a habit. It is indeed, I agree with you there. Michael Court says, beat Spurs and you get to the point of the cup now where you take it seriously. Lose v Spurs though, and it's not the end of the world.
I mean, that's a good point, because if we go through, then obviously Spurs have gone out, one of the Manchester clubs is going to go out, then it's, quarter-finals time, and, you'll be looking at it a little bit and looking at kind of, the tournaments and thinking, well, this is a good chance to get a cup, I think, if we do go through.
Elsewhere on Facebook, Gary Bradburn from Highton, I am 8. He says, of course you should be in it to win it. Nothing wrong with a bit of rotation either. I'm sure it won't be long before some fans come along that aren't asked if we get beat in this competition, sometimes not even bothering to go to earlier rounds, yet they want to be at the front of the queue if we get to Wembley. Bit of a dig there from Gary. I like it. But what's interesting though is I said at the top of the show that not so long back a lot of people were saying I'm just not bothered about the League Cup, bin the League Cup. Our own Neil Atkinson was not interested in the League Cup. Obviously we're not in Europe this year, so it's a little bit different. Craig Nelson says, answered your own question there when you said it's one for the cabinet. We should be aiming to win every competition we enter. And quite right, this is another thing as well. I almost wonder if we're a little bit spoilt in a way, because there's clubs out there, there's fans out there, they'll never won a thing. And they go week in, week out watching the team, they never win a thing, and here's us go, well, do you fancy the League Cup? All right. It's a little bit, and it's one of them. And Liverpool obviously got great history in the competition as well. On Instagram, we got some replies there too as well. A little bit of a different vibe here. Lordor Eyes sound. If we get to the semi, that's 2 extra fixtures in a packed January. Schedule after a mad December with 2 FA Cup rounds thrown in the mix too. This weekend's results from the big teams in Europe, Spurs, Arsenal, United, City, have shown the impact midweek fixtures can have on league games. I want the title, so bin it.
I mean, I think that's fair enough. You know, it's his opinion or her opinion, and you know, you can understand the arguments about January because December is a bit mad. There's two games in 3 days, which Klopp quite amusingly referenced in one of the recent press conferences. And it is a busy time, and there's the FA Cup. I don't know whether, though, it becomes a thing of priorities. One of the guys mentioned before about I'd rather the FA Cup. Well, I think we all would, but if you're in the situation in January when you're in a League Cup semi-final and you're in the FA Cup third round, I think the priorities then change a bit in terms of where your focus is. So maybe you think, well, you know, we play a much younger side in the FA Cup, for example, and you know, you get as well. You know, you might get a team that allows you to play, you know, a much younger side and hope to go through. I mean, we went through against Exeter playing, you know, lads he was finding in the street.
Yeah. So, Enrique got a game.
Exactly. So you know, you depend how you look at that, but I understand what the poster's saying there.
Okay, so that was a little bit different. Thought we'd do something different today by asking everyone on social media what they thought and introducing that into the video. Let us know what you think. We're always trying to improve everything we do. We've got mugs on sale. This little cracker's on sale at the moment. If you look it up on eBay, it is called the Wrap Pack 3.
Yeah.
So look up the Wrap Pack 3, Anfield Wrap, on eBay right now. You get this, you get some stickers, you get a car sticker, and you get a little badge. And the badges are nice as well, nice little metal ones. We've upgraded from previous wrap packs where it was more of a low budget badge. So check them out. Check the podcast out later on. It's the free one is out there today. We'll also be recording the Tuesday review early, and I imagine getting that out fairly handy because of the Spurs game. All the usual stuff on the Anfield app and on Tour Player. £5 a month. If you're abroad, you're getting a really good deal at the moment because of Brexit, etc. So check it out. And we always say as well, you can sign up for 1 month, try it. If you don't like it, bin it off. And what have you lost? £5 if you're in England. A lot less everywhere else, it seems, because of Brexit. Thanks for that. So yeah, do check it out. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. Put your comments in the box below and all that, because we'll come back, because I'm always there, staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning, replying to everyone.
Is that why you're tired?
I love a bit of it. Yeah, I'm knackered. So yeah, up the Reds, and keep watching, keep listening, keep liking, and all the rest of it.